Do what you gotta do.
Come on. I know you're live. I hate this leg. All right, let's go in and say hi to everybody in chat.
All right.
We got Mrs. Eileen's in chat first, and Sampy, Backlash Fisherman, Miss Linda Peterson. Let's see who. Oh, that's it so far. Everybody in here, please share this out because this is gonna be a fun night. We're gonna see how well we can roast Piggy and get into talking food with Miss Eileen. Welcome to my kitchen.
So this was going to be a roast, huh? I didn't know that part. Bring it.
Hey, I'm all for smoking Piggy. Forget the roasting Piggy. We'll smoke Piggy.
Hey, Alan Dittmeyer, welcome in. If you have any questions for Eileen or Piggy, please put them in chat. We'll get them out there to him. But if you want to smoke Piggy, let him know. Let me know. I can fire up the trigger and have him smoke for another 64 hours.
Oh, wow.
Make
It
him
might
come
take a
out.
little bit longer than 64 for this Piggy.
Oh,
On
he
that
done
trigger,
promised. He done promised to trim me up good.
Hey, Rob
Got
Fox,
it,
welcome in. Johnny
pepper.
Wallpapers. Now, if anybody would have any questions for Eileen or Piggy, please put question marks or exclamation marks in front of the question so I won't miss them.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know, I'm the joke God played on the lane.
Just so you know what Piggy's talking about on Cooking with Avid, there's 2 videos put out today for Piggy. Piggy's Dream and Piggy's Dream Part 2. So, Piggy, give us a little background on you. We know you're a veteran. We know you served.
I am a non-combat vet. I like to make that distinction because, I served with some non-vets. I got to train underneath them. I always looked at non-vets as the heroes, and every one of them would tell me, same as many have told me since, that they weren't no hero, but they got to walk beside a few.
Yep.
So I got to serve and train under some who got to walk beside a few heroes. So I like to make that distinction between combat and non-combat vet because they've earned something that I did not.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I am a vet. I did serve. I did sign that blank check, but I will defer to a combat veteran every time.
So, after your military service, what got you into doing YouTube?
Oh, well, I only served 4 years. There's a lot of time between then and now. There was a whole lot of road travel between.
Oh, just by the way, Johnny Small Peppers calls you the troublemaker.
Yeah.
And he says Eileen is the keeper of the troublemaker.
Yep.
That's why I said I am the joke that God played on the lane.
Here's a statement for you from Alan Dittmeyer. Every veteran is a hero, regardless whether they served in combat or not. You stepped up for something that's a lot of people did not do. Thank you for your service.
There's one statement out there that I've seen. I showed it to Elaine, and I saw it on a shirt that was being advertised on a feed. And it wasn't that I could and you could not. It's that I did and you did not.
Right.
You know,
Right.
yeah, I have a hard time accepting the title of hero though, because yeah, I did what I felt was I
Well,
needed to do.
in my
But
opinion, and a lot of people that support our veterans, anybody that signed that dotted line and they took them in and trained them is a hero.
I'm
It's the
gonna put
ones
this
that
like this.
couldn't get in
Yeah.
or didn't want to do it. Uh, I don't. I no, but at least I tried. They wouldn't let me in because of a medical issue I had with at the time. So
Yeah, I know a lot of people that didn't get served because of medical issues. I have an uncle that didn't get served because he was allergic to chicken feathers. I have had a stepbrother who was flat-footed, so he couldn't serve.
I'll tell you something on that. I got in, and I can show you a picture that show you how much smaller I am than a lot of my buddies.
I seen one picture where you were skinny and looked like a little dwarf.
Uh, in this one, about all you'll see is part of my face, and it'll be at or below the shoulders of those next to me on either side.
Yeah, it's like here's Piggy, there's everybody else.
All right. But here's the thing on my enlistment. You know, I went in, I went through everything, and one of the medical questions was if I had asthma. I said, "Well, I was told I had a touch of it, but that's all I know." They said, they kept me on going. I got in boot camp and everything. Got through boot camp, graduated boot camp, and fulfilled my time on my contract while in. Well, later in years, I found out, you know, asthma, you either got it or don't. And I had a lot of the symptoms of it. I've got asthma. And then because of the neck surgery I went through, I found out that I had a birth defect. Yeah, I had a lot of things that should have kept me out of the Marines that I should not have been able to do what was necessary in order to graduate as a Marine. It's
Yeah.
called all heart. I made it
Yep.
through on all heart. Willpower.
What I was gonna say a while ago, Piggy is my hero always. But if
Oh,
we want to talk about true heroes, military heroes, for me, Mr. Scott Swift.
oh yeah. Scott Swift
That
is
that
another.
man,
Scott
yeah,
Swift is a hero. Everybody that served is a hero, but those that really served, I
yeah.
stand behind them, whether they've been trained or not. They're all servicemen and heroes. I love them all and I support them all. Like
Right.
Alan said, he did not serve, but have many family members that did. And he's trying to do his part now, serving as a son, officers and vets. It's a humbling experience to help out veterans. And see what he does is every spring he has a veterans catfishing tournament.
Yeah.
And they raise funds for veterans. And
That's
every
good.
year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and more money he brings in. And they don't keep any of the money; it all goes to the vets.
That's an
And
amazing thing.
in last year alone, I think he cleared $5,000 to help
For
the vets.
me, having been a Marine isn't about glory. It isn't about recognition. It isn't about any of that. It's about being a warrior and did what I felt as a warrior I needed to do. I was there in
Exactly,
tow.
exactly.
You know, I
Marines are the first ones in, the last ones out.
That's it.
I
yeah.
know that one quite well.
In the
Marines are the
MOS
first.
I had a life expectancy of
30
1.5
seconds.
seconds. That was 1.5 seconds. Or no, I had a life expectancy of 3 seconds, which was 1 and next to.
Uh-huh.
That was the life expectancy of a field radio operator.
And any Marine has a life expectancy of 15 seconds anyway. Because they're the first one's in, the first one's out, and look out, because they'll tag you either way.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Germans in the Battle of Belleau Wood in France. They got pulled out of there mumbling only 2 words: trifle hunted, devil dog.
Yep.
They thought because of the way the Marines just kept coming at them, sacrificing themselves to gain ground, they thought that the gates of hell had literally been opened and the hounds of hell had been let loose on them.
Oh, yeah.
So they come out saying trifle hunted, devil dog.
Hi, Donar.
Dollar!
I want to say hi to Mike Sampson, Catfishing for Real, Monty Sheets, Alan Dittmeyer, Johnny Small Peppers. Let's see who else came in. Don R. So, through all that experience, it made you the man you are today.
There's been a lot made me who I am today.
It's a part of what made him who he is today.
Right. That's what I'm basically saying. It's part of what made you the man you are today.
Yeah.
Having been a Marine kind of epitomizes who I am inside as far as that goes. I'm there to help. I'm there to take whatever I have to take in order to help. And not there for recognition, glory, or anything else. No praise, no nothing. I'm a warrior. I'm there to do what needs to be done.
Johnny, so Eileen is a saint. So what does that make Piggy?
What she has to endure.
Well, I just answered that. I said, not yet, but I'm working toward it. I'm a long way from being a saint.
That makes me what she has to endure.
Troublemaker.
The troublemaker. I'm still working on a barbecue video just for Johnny Small Peppers.
Oh, man.
And the pain that I'm going to endure doing that one, oh. I'm not
You're
really
going to have to
looking
like
forward-
some heat.
Huh?
I said, you're going to have to like some heat to do that one.
He gonna spice up some piggy for you, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. But I tell you what, that's something I'm going to have ice cream, milk, and peanut butter ready. And some mashed potatoes and gravy to eat before I even do that one.
Right.
Because that capsaicin is going to be the killer. It'll mess your stomach up real quick.
Oh, yeah.
And what I'm going to do to Piggy with that recipe, glad I know people that love hot food besides me.
I like mine a little spicy. Now I can't go Johnny Small Pepper level, but a touch of habanero is about as far as I can go.
I've done when I was younger. I used to eat the peppers that Johnny Small Peppers used. That's eating now. But since I've gotten older, I've refined myself and backed away from that stuff. Hello, Maurice Cason. Welcome in. But what?
I thought I said before. Hi, Maurice. He said hi to me and you said.
I know you picked Piggy Piddlins for a name for a YouTube channel. How did that come apart?
Well, for everybody in here, I'll explain it if you already know, because you're a big reason why Piggy came about to begin with. Piggy came about. I had a YouTuber who's passed away encouraged me to do a channel. I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. I'd have to do that. Elaine said, well, I'll take care of all that. And I was like, shoot. All right. she took that excuse away. So, but before that, it's her channel, and we came up with Happy Guinea Pig. Now, there's a woman out there who wrote a book called The Happy Hooker.
Yeah, I remember that book.
All right. Well, I thought, well, shoot, guinea pigs were used for experimentation. Elaine likes to experiment, and I'm happy about it. So we came up with the guinea pig. I said, the Happy Guinea Pig. Well, Piggy came about because we used to like to be in Mike's lives when we were able to back then. One night, asked Elaine, said, where's Piggy? And Piggy was born.
Piggy was born.
And then,
so where did the piddles come from?
Well, I was going to name it something else, but it was rather long. And so me and Elaine was discussing it, and I think she's actually the one that pointed it out. I do a lot of piddling. I piddle at this, I piddle at that. So Piggy fiddles.
He piddles with woodwork. He piddles with crochet. He piddles with other things that he does. So he piddles.
Trust me,
And
I'm still using those hot pads you made.
We've seen them.
what?
Hot pads.
Good.
Yeah, we've
I'm
seen
glad
them.
I saw one of them in one of your videos here recently, and you had it on the counter, and I'm like, now I know that thing's bigger than that, but it was next to you, and I thought, well, okay, yeah, it was.
No, hey, those were the small ones that you get the pots out of the oven.
Yeah, well, they weren't that small to me.
Yeah, the small ones.
You put them in these pans, they look tiny.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but that's why I made them big to me, because I knew you're a big man, big hands, so you probably need something bigger to cover your hands good. So that's why I made them that way. But it looked awful small next to you, and I'm like, I know I made them bigger than that. Now, wait a minute, they look small next to you. Okay, yeah, I get it. But anyway,
that's how Piggy's Piddles was born.
Those are easier to keep clean than a white apron.
Oh yeah, definitely. On the apron, I use vinegar and baking soda.
I've used vinegar. I've used baking soda. I've used OxyClean. I've used bleach, and nothing's getting out of it.
Use the vinegar and baking soda at the same time.
Yeah, I spray everything that was spray and wash, and then I put my detergent, my vinegar, or my detergent, my baking soda, and my vinegar in the wash, and then I set it down in it and let it soak while it's filling up, and it usually takes the stains away. But I don't do the in-depth cooking and I should say barbecuing and things like that you do, so mine doesn't get as messed up. But that's how I put mine.
This apron has blood. It has the stuff that's inside the bones on it.
The marrow. Try peroxide.
Yeah,
peroxide will cut the blood. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get all the other coloring out of it. And some of it's from barbecue sauce, some of it's from backbite sauce, some of it's from God knows what. I've been cooking and throwing together.
Yeah. Well, if it has protein in it of any kind, peroxide will cut it. That's what my cousin told me. She's a nurse, and that's how she keeps her scrubs and stuff clean, is with peroxide.
Can I get my mods in chat to share out Piggy's Piddles channel and welcome to my kitchen? Eileen's welcome to my kitchen, please.
Hey, Paul at B&B Catfishing.
Eddie. Yeah, that's how Piggy's Piddles came to be.
I showed Piggy something before the live. I won't show on screen, but Piggy can answer this for himself. What his thoughts was on that one item I showed him.
What? Huh?
That it was this big and it was curved.
Oh, that bone.
Oh yeah.
He showed us that bone all nice and clean. Said that was all there was left of me.
It was polished clean. There was no meat, nothing on it. He's lucky it didn't show him. Hey, retired Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Hey, retired Rick.
Why the mask, Piggy?
The mask is just part of the persona.
It's also a form of privacy.
Right.
I put myself out there. Piggy does to certain people off camera. In regards, I should say,
Off video.
Off video. Now, if he's talking to somebody through FaceTime or something like that, yeah, he won't wear the mask. But or if we meet somebody in person, he might have it on just so they'll know who he is at first, and then he'll take it off. But the mask is part of the Piggy. It is who he is.
It was kind of funny. We went down to Joe and Ginger's for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Coastal Water.
And Tiffany from Mud and Mascara and Mr. C was also there. And when Tiffany came in,
not Johnny,
she saw me, and I started talking to her in my regular voice. And I didn't have my mask on, and she just kind of looking at me like
who?
So I talked in Piggy voice, and she warmed right up. She knew who I was then.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you in a little bit more, Piggy. I want to get a little bit of background on Eileen.
Okay.
What
you want to know? I tell everybody I'm an open book. I am a cancer survivor. In 2013, I was diagnosed with endometrial uterine cancer, stage 3C. And what the stage 3C means is that it had gotten into my lymph node, and had it gone to a stage 4C, it would have been throughout my whole system, and I would be considered terminal. I found out that it was cancer in August of 2013 after my hysterectomy. And I had my mom's baby sister, who's 14 years older than me, passed away November the 25th of 2012 from cancer and cancer-related problems. So I had a hard time dealing with trying to tell my family what was going on with me. But at that time, Piggy and I had been together. We got together, met as friends in September. Met online August of 2012, met in person September 2012, got together as a couple February 2013. And we had, only been together a short time. And he stuck by me through everything. He'd been there with me through thick and thin. He was there for me, my surgery, through my chemo treatments, my radiation treatments, everything. And like I said, we just been dating. We were living together at that time when all this was going on, but
we weren't married yet.
We weren't married. Technically, we're not engaged, even though we knew someday. Got through all of that, and then we got married in 2015. April 18th, 2015, we tied the knot, and then Piggy had his neck surgery in December of 2015 and was considered 100% disabled. And then I think it was in 2019, we started working on the kitchen to remodel our kitchen. And it was early 2020. I had decided I was going to do a YouTube channel. Piggy and I have been talking about what we could do and everything. He was wanting to do a woodworking channel. And
yeah, I was going to do woodworking and try to make money that way, but it costs a lot of money. Still needed a lot of tools, not like that.
Yeah, so God laid it on my heart to do something I'm doing every day anyway. I cook, so do a cooking channel. And it took me a little over a year to get that cooking channel going.
She presented it to me and told me what was up, and said, laid on my heart. He said, you do it anyway. I just kind of did one of these numbers. I went, Run it.
Yeah. So we started Allen Welcome to My Kitchen, and I've been going ever since, putting out videos and finally doing live streams, and uh, just trying to keep myself functioning and going on and coming up with new recipes. But other than
Price
that,
of Blue Crew fan.
okay,
Somebody
I
asked me.
mod just yet because you're new to it. You have to be coming in here a few more times before I can add you as a mod.
Got to get to know you.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, I gotta get
prior
to
to
know
all
you
of
first.
that, yeah, like I said, prior to all that, I was born and raised in Alabama, moved to Kentucky, and there's a lot of people in the fat catfishing community will know where I live when I tell you the town. I lived in Paducah, Kentucky for 15 years. Moved there in 87 and left in 2002. Moved back to Alabama. I became my mom's full-time caregiver. She had a lot of health issues, and I did that from 2004 until she passed away in 2010. And I pretty much set my own life on back burner so I could take care of my mom. And I'll tell you truthfully, I'd do it again in a heartbeat because that was my mom. And I had issues after my mom passed away. I had a lot of contemplations of suicide. I had to see a psychiatrist and therapist for a while. Got to the root of what was causing all my problems and everything. And during that time, I mean, I've always been a large person as far as size wise. Always been, well over 200 pounds. I always kind of kept it right around the 280, 285 mark. But after my mom passed away, I realized I was well over the 300 mark. And it broke my heart because I never wanted to be that big. And once I had dealt with the suicidal thoughts with the therapist and everything and got to the root of what was causing my problems. And if anybody wants to know that, you can check out any of my videos from the Saturday Talks that are the Saturday Talks videos that are not live streams. I did a Saturday Talks episode before I did my Saturday Talks live stream. And it will explain everything about what I'm talking about on that and what the root of the problem was. But once I got to the root of my problems emotionally, I was able to eventually lose weight. I lost 100 pounds from 2011 to the middle of 2012. And then I started having a lot of female issues. I already was going through those issues, but they became worse over time. And that was when I found out that I had the cancer in 2013 from all of that. But from the 2011 until today, I have lost and kept off 145 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, I've lost a whole person. And I went from a 3X, 4X women's to a large. I wear a size large shirt, and I was wearing a 3X, 4X. 3X was tight, 4X was comfortable. So
that's basically the shorts I'm wearing, 3 or 4X.
Yeah. And yeah, I was a big girl. I mean, 5'10.5", well over 300 pounds. And
Gray Wolf.
hey, Gray Wolf. Yeah, so I've worked a lot.
Now,
Hey, Backlash.
My problem is, ever since I met the Piggie, I went from 230 to 305.
Oh no!
What?
Went from 230 to 305 ever since he met the Piggie.
What can I say? I'm fattening.
No, it ain't you being fattening. It's me coming up with different ways and different recipes to cook your butt.
Well, to see, Abbott, to let us that.
Huh?
I said to lose that weight back, you're gonna have to get out and start chasing the piggy, not
Well,
just cooking the piggy.
I'm getting ready to in January because I'm really been listening to him talk about his favorite foods, his favorite snacks, his favorite treats. I've been listening and taking notes and writing them all down and all his his little spots and everything he went to go to. I'm writing them all down, and I'm not telling them how I'm setting up any of the snares, traps, or tricks to catch him.
He's doing what Nala did to that squirrel that summer.
He's studying you.
I do my research before I go after my prey.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And I have my flamethrowers ready to where if I see him running, I'm gonna burn all the bushes around him to give him a ring of fire with him in the middle.
That works. Yeah. You'd
So
ask about channel. I got one more thing to tell you about my channel, and yeah, I do a signature dish. It's called a YouTube channel signature dish. I've been doing one a month now, and at the end of each year that I do those, I make a cookbook out of it. I have one cookbook out for last year. I will soon be finishing up the cookbook for this year, and then I've already got, I think, 7 or 8 channels lined up to do signature dishes for next year. Now, I do not just arbitrarily do the signature dishes. I do ask the channel creator if I can do one for their channel. I also, let's see, we have the cookbooks that I do. I make the Piggies the Rub. And contrary to popular belief, the Piggies the Rub is my creation. I just named it after Piggy. I also do the backbite barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I called it the rub. She said, "Well, I'll call it Piggy's the rub because she made it for me." And and the backbite, I called it backbite.
We'll be getting into them in a little bit.
Yeah, and we also have merch on Bonfire now. We have 2 different shirts. We have the one that says "Alne, welcome to my kitchen." I hope y'all can see that. And we have one that says "Where's my fork," which is Piggy's catchphrase on my channel. And on the back of it, it says "In the drawer next to Piggy's," because that's what I always tell everybody. It's in the drawer next to Piggy's. So those are things we have on my channel, and we're working on stuff for Piggy's.
Oh, and Piggy, don't go in any holes because you won't fit in.
I told you I'm going to be like that gopher on Caddyshack.
Hey, this gopher has not run into Bigfoot.
Gray Wolf, yours will be out next year. Yeah, I like I said, I have like 8. I had 2 already set up to finish out this year, and now I've got 7 or 8 to do next year. And I think you're like February or April. I can't remember which on the list. I know I've got Tom and Rhonda Howard coming out in January. And I remember somebody else was March, I think, because their birthday was in March. And but I think yours is probably going to be February, Gray Wolf. So I will get it out, and I will let you know when it comes out. I will tag you in it and everything. So yeah, it will get done. I promise you.
No limit. She makes me keep my fork in the drawer.
Backlash. The poll is: how would you like Piggy, smoked or deep fried? And we know Eileen has signature dishes, and she's been doing a wild game challenge.
Yeah, that was Christine at Christine, Mrs.
Gillen Farms.
She was the host of that. I just shared it out, and I did one. Yes.
Then I seen Piggy's version of it, of jamming a piece of bologna between 2 slices of bread.
Yeah, now that was December. That was it's a collaboration challenge, and anybody can do that. Just do hashtag December and do at Derek Fowler 1973 if you want to do a beef video. It is any type of beef. It can be steak. I mean, I did SOS, the gravy.
Right.
But yes, December is open until I I think he said he's going to do his live stream on the 20th for the giveaways for that. So I would say you would probably have this week if you want to put a steer simmer video out. Anybody can do that.
I mean, another brisket.
Yeah.
Another piggy's roast. May have to go buy a couple of piggy's butts to do that.
Yeah. Let's see, and we did Noodle November 2023 in November. That was hosted by Tony at Kettle Kitchen. There is another one coming out in February. It is called, I just know it's going to be hashtag tailgating. And it's going to be hosted by Tiffany at Mud and Mascara Homestead and Tony at Kettle Kitchen. So I know that's a collaboration I'm going to be in. So the three collaborations I just mentioned before that one, which is Noodle November, you mentioned Wild Game November, and the Steer Simmer one. All three of those videos, those recipes that I did, will be in the cookbook as bonus recipes on the Signature Dish cookbook coming out next year.
That bologna sandwich one I did for several reasons. One, it was funny. Two, Derek had said, doing something like that would qualify you to be in the Steer Simmer and be able to challenge others. So, and also to make a tribute to the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. And
you shouldn't be doing it when someone's sharpening a knife to get ready for you.
Well, Abbott, you could use that part of that one you sent me to add in there to make it pretty good.
Oh, man.
Hey, that's bad. You do that, and I got a drawer next to me full of my knife collections with the sharpeners in it.
Yeah, great. Tony's got a great channel. He really does.
I keep my knives really, really sharp to where I can shave myself and your head at the same time without drawing no blood.
Oh no, my head's awful lumpy. You have to snick something.
Well, thanks for the idea. It could Nick the Adams apple.
Oh, buddy. Linda said, sharpen it, Adam. Oh.
What gave you the idea? I mean, how did you come about the Piggy's rub?
I had made Backbite, the barbecue sauce. Backbite, I had made Backbite up probably a year and a half before I came up with the rub. And I was wanting a rub to complement the Backbite. And I came up with the rub because I was using several of the same ingredients. Now, the Backbite has a few different ingredients than the rub does, but the seasoning part of it, they use a lot of the same flavors. And I decided, well, I'm just going to try it and see how it works. And it works great with the barbecue sauce. It really does. And then I started using it just as a seasoning, like salt or pepper, something like that, instead of using other things. And we found out that I can use it on anything. I can use it on beef, pork, chicken, fish, shrimp, or any other kind of seafood. I can use it on all kinds of vegetables. I've put it on popcorn. It is great on popcorn. I've actually tried it on pineapple and cantaloupe, and it's good on pineapple and cantaloupe. So it is an all-around season. I thought, well, I don't just have to use it with the barbecue sauce or when I'm barbecuing. I can use the rub at any time. And so it became the thing that I made the most of and became the one that was most popular because I rarely ever make the barbecue sauce unless I just want barbecue. And so that's how it came about. I was experimenting for something to go with the Backbite barbecue sauce.
Piggy, it wouldn't be so lumpy if we'd quit lipping up to Eileen. That's what Grey Wolf says.
Yeah, I saw that. I was finding that. Well,
Yeah, he knows. I got 2 dough rollers in the kitchen, and I got a third one coming in soon.
And she's got some cast iron pans in there.
Yeah, a
Oh,
couple.
I was going to send a 36-inch cast iron skillet for you.
36.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Richie had one of those. Hers was a double handle one that hanged out some water bottle.
That's 3 feet.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Good gracious. That's almost as big as me.
Hey, let us swing that at you once.
Yeah, Miss Linda knows. She knows Piggy, so she's right. Piggy doesn't live off to Alne, no. Because he knows that I cook. And I don't have to do no beating or hitting or nothing like that. I just don't cook.
That's all she got. That's all she got to do is just threaten not to cook. That'll hurt me worse than that cast iron skillet.
Douglas is I don't like stuff. They hurt.
Yeah, on his channel he has a Nightbot command. You hit slap and you put his name. He can get slapped in from anything from a trident to a cast iron skillet to a mermaid's tail, a kraken, who knows what.
Oh my goodness.
And 90% of the time when you slap him, it comes up with a cast iron skillet.
Oh my.
So he gets hit a lot. So he came up with a backbite sauce first.
Right.
And then he came up with a rub.
Right.
What gave you the idea for that rub?
Like I said, it was just I wanted something to complement the barbecue sauce. See, the backbite is actually like third or fourth generation is in processes because used to be when I'd make a barbecue sauce or any kind of sauce, I would just throw it together. I did not measure or anything. I just pour everything together and taste as I went. And Piggy told me, you need to start, measuring this stuff and writing down what you put in it, how much you put in it. So instead of just throwing everything together, I started measuring things out when I made the backbite. And we really liked the backbite barbecue sauce. But like I said, I wanted to do I can't remember what it was. I was going to cook on the grill, but I wanted to use some kind of seasoning rub with it. And I didn't want to go to the store and buy one. So I figured, well, I'll make one because I wanted a rub to go with the barbecue sauce. And I got to looking at my recipe for the barbecue sauce, and I thought, well, I can use these ingredients plus these ingredients and mix it together and have a decent tasting rub. And when I used it together, I used the rub along with the backbite, it totally changed the flavor. And it was amazing.
Oh,
and so I've been making it.
I will attest to both of them. They taste amazing. But the backbite, Piggy's rub without the salt is even better.
Yeah. And see, that's preference, I'll eat it either way. If I'm putting it on something that is already salty, like ham or something like that, I will use the salt-free version. If I am doing something I want to use just a little bit of salt on, I will use the salt version because compared to all of the other ingredients in the rub, there is very little salt. Because when I talk about making it up, I'm talking about I make up a huge pan. And for what is in that huge pan, you have less than half a teaspoon of salt or even a quarter teaspoon of salt in one of those bottles, small bottles. Now, in the bottle that you get, if I were to put salt in it, it might have a teaspoon of salt in that whole bottle with what I make up. This is the pan I make it up in.
That's basically a bowl size I make my barbecue sauce in.
Yeah. This is the pan I make my rub up in when I make it up. And like I said, I have a formula for my rub. And for all of that whole big old pan, I put 1 ounce of salt. That's all that's in that whole big old bowl is 1 ounce of salt. And so if anybody gets the regular Piggy's the Rub, and is wondering about the salt content, there's not a great lot of salt in it because I don't eat a lot of salt. I've got to where I have to have the salt because I got dehydrated, and then there was other health issues where I had to have the salt. But yeah, I only put like 1 ounce of salt in that whole big old batch that I make. And like I said, when I make up yours, I don't put any salt in it at all. And that big bowl will make up 2 of those bottles that you buy when I make them up. So
Yeah, I tell you what, I buy them big as I normally go through them quick. But I tell you what, it's worth it.
Yeah. To me, I mean, it is to me, and I'm grateful that you get it and buy it. I want to make a bigger bottle of it. It's just finding the bottles to put it in.
And
and
if
realize,
you get a bigger bottle, I'm going to buy it.
oh, I know. Like I said, I'm looking. I've been looking.
32 ounces.
Do what?
32 ounces ain't quite enough for what I use.
Yeah, I've realized that. Yeah. Now I do have, I've got 1 gallon, but I've got that gallon jug for barbecue sauce in case it's needed. I want something that, like with a similar lid, that it can be shaken out or poured out, or taken off and just poured out. However you're gonna do it.
Well, in the quantities that he uses, putting it in a gallon jug wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah. But yeah,
Just saying.
I just got to remember to keep the bottle instead of throwing it away. The shaker bottle, I normally get rid of them after I'm done with it. Oh, a 55-gallon drum, I'd go through that in maybe less than a month, Gray Wolf.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still looking for some good sized bottles to put it in, and and still try to keep it cost effective to where it's not too expensive. And I'll put out there, anybody that's interested in Piggies to Rub, I sell the 3 ounce bottles. Now, what the bottle says and what it actually holds are 2 different things. The 3 ounce bottle will hold 2.3 ounces of rub, and I sell those for $8.
Can you share with the links on how they can contact you for the backbite sauce and the Piggy Rub?
I will put that in chat.
Because if anybody don't have it, they need to get it. Well,
And back to tell everybody, honest opinions only.
Backlash, you have acid reflux, backbite wouldn't be for you, but the Piggy's Rub would be perfect for you.
Yeah. If you got acid reflux, drink pickle juice.
Yeah, pickle juice will take care of the acid reflux.
Yeah. But yeah, we like honest opinions. If you like it, great. But if you don't tell us you do when you don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
give us your honest opinion.
I love them, man. I tell you what, I've already used a third of that gallon. Not even a third, but I use a good chunk of it.
Maurice said the spicier the better. Well, that's one thing about the backbite sauce. The longer it sits,
the hotter it gets.
I've got some in the refrigerator that I made up when I made up those small bottles that I sent out, and it's got a bite because it's been in there that long.
Yep.
Maurice,
it will bite you.
Maurice, I'm still waiting for your address so I can send you a couple things. But you haven't sent me your address, so I can't send you anything.
Yeah.
In case you don't know, Maurice's wife is going through what you went through, Alne.
Oh, I feel for you.
They've been going through it for a long period of time, and they need a lot of prayer.
Most definitely will give you prayers for that, because anybody going through issues like that.
He's been my first subscriber when I first started this channel, and he's helped me get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
And with a friend like that, I ain't turning my back on him.
Hey,
Hey, that's rubber meets the road right there.
that is.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I did send him. Hey, I did send him a crappie reel that was black and gold.
Yeah.
I sent it to him so he could use it. He lined it up with line. He put it back in the box. Then he vacuum sealed it and put it back up on the shelf.
Oh.
I asked him, how's the rod using? He goes, I didn't use it. I got a rod for it. I lined it with a line. I put it back in the box. I vacuum sealed it and put it up on the shelf. And like, it's too pretty. I didn't want to ruin that gold reel.
Oh.
Great one talking about big totes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those
Maurice,
big totes.
I have something to say for Maurice's wife. I do not know what your beliefs are, but if your wife is a believer in Jesus Christ, tell her this. You're a winner. You're in a win-win situation. That's what I was told, and that really helped me through it. The win-win situation is this. If you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, if you do not win the battle here and go home, you're with Jesus Christ. You're at home with your Lord and Savior. If you do win the battle, you get to spend the rest of your life with your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a win-win situation. Second thing, it is all about the attitude. Go into everything with a positive attitude and outlook. Give God the glory for the good days, the bad days, the hard times, the bad times, whatever. Always give God the glory for everything and keep a positive attitude. It truly helps because
Maurice, I don't do the cancer videos. I do talk about spiritual things.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, for inspiration. She watches it for inspiration. And
he watches your spiritual videos for the inspiration to help her with the cancer.
Oh. God has a reason for Piggy to do those, and we just now found out what one of those reasons is. We
So
we are
Piggy,
so thankful for that.
Whatever
Hi,
you do
Jody.
on the spiritual side, don't stop. You're reaching a lot of people, and this is just one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, Jody. You've heard it from one of my subscribers. They love your videos on that. Keep it up.
Most definitely.
Just when you don't think you're not touching somebody, you guys the one that's watching them just for the inspiration and the uplift.
And I'm going to be honest with you. After Piggy's live tonight, he had made a comment that he didn't know why he went off like he did tonight on tonight's video, the way he was talking about it, and the way things affected him on that. And I think we just got our answer to that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but hey, there she is. Is that Jamie or is that Rebecca?
Carolina Lakeways.
I think that's Jamie, but I'm hoping it's Rebecca. She's been going through a lot of medical issues right now. She needs a lot of prayers.
Yeah. I'm going to also tell people out there, if you think you have something wrong with you medically, and the doctor you're going to is telling you, oh, it's just this, it's just that, but you know it's more than that, get a second opinion.
Yeah, we got one subscriber very dear to our hearts. For a year, she kept telling the doctor she had problems with heartburn, And she kept telling her doctors stuff they were doing just wasn't working. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. Apparently, she finally got to some different doctors, I think, and they discovered that she has an esophageal cancer. But now, praise report on that is also that it has not grown any. So I'm believing for a benign that will be easily operable and everything. But yeah, that's a great example of that because she has kept telling them that what they were doing wasn't working. They was treating her for heartburn, and actually she had a cancer down in there.
Very well said.
Jamie, you came in at the right time because Rebecca is an amazing person, and I know what you're going through as a family with what she's been going through. Let her know I've been keeping her in my prayers, as well as a lot of other people. But I don't know exactly what's wrong with her and why she's been going through all that stuff. But she needs a lot of prayers right now. She's been in and out of hospitals and medical treatments countless times over. And Jamie and the family needs a lot of prayers.
We will definitely be keeping everybody in our prayers because I tell you, prayer works. It really does.
It does. And if I don't know if you ever seen Rebecca and Jamie on my labs, Rebecca's always pepped up and giddy. When I had Carolina.
I may have. I don't know.
Well, she's always a happy one, hyper one, giddy one on there. And now I hardly ever see her anymore because she normally comes in here and chats and everything. We were going to go have her as a guest, but this medical issues happened, and I'm waiting for her to get better so we can have her back. And
for Maurice's wife and for Grey Wolf, I'm going to say this, and that's something I tell everybody. If knowledge or wisdom you find in my words, thank God, because that's God, that's not me. I'm just a vessel through which he works. Plain and simple.
Jody nailed it on the head for Rebecca. Rebecca is a really hard worker, and you can tell she is highly intelligent.
My favorite alien.
Duggar,
the alien. Now, let's go back to these signature dishes.
Okay.
Which was your favorite signature dish you've done so far?
Oh my gosh.
One.
One.
It could be anybody that you've done.
Anybody said that? Oh my gosh.
Which one stands out?
That's me. I mean, come on. Wow.
Hey,
now I do like
I've got like 4. And I'm going to say yours was like number 2. Kind of tied for number 2 right there, right along with this. But I think my favorite one that I have done was for Mr. Scott Swift.
Yeah.
That was a good dish.
I missed
Scott's was it was a chicken dish, but it was really good.
I personally liked the one that she did for Tom at LG Bass. Oh.
LG Bass, I did the seafood ravioli.
Yeah, I know that one gave me another 90 pounds.
But yeah, I would have to say, for me, it's really hard because all of my dishes. Now, what a lot of people may not realize is that the signature dishes are my creations. These are things that I have put together. I may take an element of something I have seen somewhere else, but I will twist it to make it my own. I loved the ravioli dish I did for you. Not the ravioli, but lasagna dish I did for you because I did the rolled lasagna.
She got her a machine to make that lasagna with now.
Yeah, see, now I can make homemade lasagna. Oh my gosh, you know, I actually have to say, I love the one that I did for Maddie, which was the very first one that I did for Backwoods Mindset was the grilled macaroni.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I did. That was one of the first. But I have to say, my all-time favorite is probably Mr. Scott's, which is in the first cookbook, along with Maddie's, of course, but and yours. But yeah, now if you'd asked me the component of the dish, I would say if I could take a couple of the components of several of the dishes, put them together, like the drink, the local Rita that I made for Mike's Fishing Home, and put it with, say, maybe yours and the salad I did for the country fried chicken.
Wabash mate talking about that country fried chicken.
Yeah, that was good too. But yeah, I would say probably just taking the components together now, I would make my perfect dish would be, like I said, the local Rita with your lasagna, with Michelle's from It's All Mine's salad that I made for her dish, and have a meal there with that. Yeah, that would be an awesome meal. That look at Piggy. Yeah. But yeah, I it's hard for me to choose. It really is. Now I like Mr. Douglas because that I made for him because I love Salisbury steak, and Piggy loves Salisbury steak. So I did the saucer steaks for Mr. Duggar.
Piggy loves food.
Yeah. So yeah, Abby would have to go and ask me probably one of the hardest questions.
Now you know how I feel when you ask me what I like best of yours.
Yeah, that's hard for me. It really is. I did another lasagna. I don't know if you saw it, Abby. It came out Monday. No, was it Monday?
What?
Let's
say it came out this week.
Yeah, it came out this past week. It was for Sandy Toast. I did a seafood lasagna for
Didn't
her.
That come out Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday, wasn't it? The seafood Florentine lasagna for Sandy Toast. That one was good.
Oh wow! We said they had a tornado hit 3 blocks from them yesterday.
Oh,
Now, Piggy, out of all the dishes she's made, what is one dish, if you had the choice, to eat for the rest of your life?
now is this is all the dishes I've ever made, right?
It's all the dishes you've ever made. And he gets one dish he can pick to eat for the rest of his life.
Biscuits and gravy.
I kind of figured that one was coming out because it's simple and easy.
Well, you know, that goes good with that fried chicken. You had the fried chicken, mashed taters, and biscuits and gravy. Oh my God, here we go.
And if he has biscuits and gravy, he could have it for breakfast. He could have it for lunch or supper, because he can have something else with it. Yeah. I see biscuits and gravy then.
And I always heat the biscuits up, put me some butter and jelly in them.
And see, that gravy goes over. That gravy will go over a piggy's pork roast really good when it's shredded. On top
Probably
of
would.
Oh yeah.
Probably would.
Yeah. Maurice, I hope y'all are okay.
A white gravy over shredded pork butt.
That's right, Grey Wolf. Proud of it.
Linda said, "Oh, that was so nice looking that drink, Alene. I watched you sip that through." Yes, I did. And for anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about or hasn't seen the video, the local Rita, if y'all know Mike's Fishing Home, y'all know that he drinks the Four Locos.
Yeah, he likes drinking the Locos.
And he likes the watermelon Locos.
Right.
So I took a watermelon Four Loco. I took some chilled, I'm talking about freezer chilled, watermelon, some ice, and blended that all up together.
It was good.
And then I took my glass and I put I put some lime juice in that as well. And I put a little bit of lime around the edge of the glass, and I dipped it in the Piggie's the Rub, and then poured the Locarita into the glass and drank it. And I got that flavor from the Piggie's the Rub along with the Locarita, and it was good.
It was.
That
Man,
was amazing.
You're gonna have me weighing 500 pounds before we're done. I'm gonna have to lose another 50 piggies.
You can always send them briskets and ribs to me, Avid. I'll eat them. I'll gain that 50-pound back.
Hey, Piggy's gonna have them gone as soon as he smells them.
I don't know. Piggy knows when it comes to brisket, he gonna have to step back till I get my fair share.
There's a rule of thumb on that, Avid. Do not get between a woman and her food.
Well, hey, I can already sit there. Your pork butt already been smoked. Vacuum sealed.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You got my address?
Hey, I do have a question though. After seeing all my barbecue videos, and you went out to try to get a good barbecue, you never found one, did you?
We have found one really good barbecue place so far. We know where a second one is, but it's got a good hour and a half, 2 hour drives away. So we were looking for something close, and
and paid for it in more ways than one.
Yeah, and I looked online to see who had a website online for a menu, and everybody was closed. So I looked and found this one place down here that was open. And I ate there years ago when they probably first opened. They had decent barbecue. And this was said, hey, Buck, said that they serve brisket. Well, yeah, that's what I was going for, was brisket. I wanted brisket. And we got down there, and I didn't want to go in, just go through the drive-thru, bring it home. I ordered a pound of brisket and a half pound of ribs. I'm sorry, we don't serve brisket anymore. I was like, what?
Right.
I'm sitting there looking at the menu board. It's on the menu board. It says brisket, so much a pound. We don't serve brisket anymore. Well, give me a pound of ribs and give me a side order of coleslaw and barbecue sauce. Now, I'm looking at right here at the brisket, and underneath it, it has the large sides, for the family. And I'm thinking that's what I'm getting. They give me itty bitty sides. Which
Thankfully.
Thank God they gave me the little bitty sides. God was watching out for me on that one. So we got the coleslaw, which was nothing but chopped cabbage and a ton of mayonnaise. No seasoning, no salt, no pepper.
It was kind of like crunchy peanut butter. We had crunchy mayonnaise.
Crunchy mayonnaise is what it was. And the baked beans were, they were not baked beans. They had a really bad aftertaste.
They did. In short, Evan, they need you to come down here and show them what barbecue actually is. It was nasty.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. I will say this: you see me cook meats.
Yes.
But you have not seen me do my coleslaws, my baked beans, my eggplants, my acorn squashes, any of that.
Avid, a man that can cook meat the way you do,
I don't have a problem with the rest because I know it's going to be good.
I know the rest of it's going to be good.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm one of these that I'm very particular about my coleslaws. And I'm particular about my potato salad. My baked beans, I love the way my Aunt Ruthie made hers. And I like the way I make mine. And I have found some excellent baked beans now at Rib Country, which is where we found the most amazing brisket so far that I have tried. I said so far.
And baked beans.
The baked beans, that's what I'm saying. The baked beans were phenomenal. Piggy's not a baked bean person, but he loved those baked beans. So yeah, I mean, we've got some great barbecue places. It's just it's a little bit of a drive.
It's a good bit of a drive.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I can
it's
show
worth it.
I can show you how to turn your grill into a smoker.
You're gonna have to tell give me the
I
information
set
on
it
this.
up. She does the cooking.
Yeah, I need to because I've got
All you need to do is, your smoke your grill's square, right?
yeah, it's a 22-inch square grill.
Right. You take your charcoal, you put it off to one side,
That's what we do.
and you put a divider in the middle to keep the side you don't want the heat on off to the heat.
Yeah,
And on top of the grill, you put your meat that you want to smoke on the side that don't have the coals.
so it's indirect heat is what I do
Right.
a lot of.
Because all you're doing is you're forcing the heat with the lid,
Yeah.
the clothes go up and around.
Yeah.
You
Well,
force
what
it
we're
to
gonna wind up doing is go buy a smoker.
your cheapest smoker that would be good that I found online is $500.
So be it.
I've seen one at Lowe's. I don't know how great it is. It's a smoker. It's a smaller one, like the one you've got now. It was like 300 at Lowe's, but I think it was on sale.
Is it the offset wood smoker or what?
Yeah, it's an offset wood smoker.
Okay, that'd be good because you can control the heat to the offset because that's where you'd have your fire. And
Hey,
you
Mike
can either
Irvin,
run
welcome in.
You need to
Yeah,
run
all
charcoal, oak,
All I do
apple.
is set it up.
Hey, if all you have to do is keep an eye on the fire, keep it low, and watch the temperature on the smoker. If you get one, keep it at the temperature you want. Because the smoke stack is over here, and smokestack's over here, offset wood burner's over here, and you got the smoker in the middle.
Right.
On top of the smoker, there's a lever, a little pad that you adjust how much smoke goes in or out. And you don't want a white smoke. You want almost like a bluish clear smoke.
Right.
Except for when you put your wet apple in there, or your wet peach in there, or your wet pecan in there on top of the oak fire.
Mesquite.
Because that's what you smoke.
Yeah.
But oak is your best wood to do it with to have a fire in there. Because if you get a good fire going and you get it down to the temperature you want, you just got to maintain that fire.
Yeah.
Maintain the temperature through the fire.
That's Piggie's job.
Because you have the damper on the wood burner side, and you got that smoke damper on top. You got to balance them both out to where you get the right consistency.
Yeah.
But when you do,
I get it set up. She can take care of the rest.
Linda, you said watery baked beans baked. No, these weren't even watery. These are just nasty that we ate. Grey Wolf's thinking about getting into barbecue competition. Go for it, Grey Wolf.
Hey, if you can cook anything near what Abbott can, go for it.
Grey Wolf, I've been in 5 when I was in Montana. I've been in 5 barbecue competitions in Montana. And I tell you what, taking first and second, first 2 years was a plus, and after that, I didn't care if I won anything else after that.
Abbott, you ought to get into that competition they have down. Don't they have a barbecue competition on the river down in Paducah every year? I know they used to.
I don't know if they're doing that anymore.
Yeah.
But if I was to do a brisket in that kind of competition, I'd have to trim it up a whole lot differently than what I do now. I'd have to trim that brisket up a whole lot differently than the way I trim up a brisket now.
Yeah. Well, we
it
found that we like
flatter.
Yeah. We like the fat on it because it's good.
Flavor.
Yeah. The fat on it's good, but on the what I call the burn in part where it's really fat and bulky, I'd have to trim that down a lot just to make it for competition to where you'd lose a lot of flavor.
Right.
It'd be more cut down than what it should be. This way, the way I do it now, I got all the flavor, I got all the meat, and when I'm done trimming, I'm basically lost maybe 4 or 5 pounds of deco fat, which won't break down.
Yeah.
And some dirty fat that was in there when they vacuum sealed it. So I ain't worried about that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I tell you, I want to find me some good leaf fat and make me some lard.
all you have to do is go get a beef roast. I mean, several beef roasts.
Yeah.
When you trim up the fat, keep it.
Yeah.
And just have like a double Dutch pot that you have,
Yeah.
like you make your hot chocolates, your chocolate dips in.
Yeah.
Put water in the bottom and put your fat in the top and let it cook down. Or you can do it on the oven or the stove. Just have it at a low heat to where you don't burn the oil when you have the fat in there.
I know when you're doing pork lard, you can put your chunks of lard of fat in a stirrer and put a little bit of water in it and let it cook down. And then once you're ready to pour it up, it'll separate once it cools down.
All I do is I chunk up the beef fat that I have.
Yeah. And
then maybe put like 1/8 of a cup of water in there.
Yeah.
I put the fat in there, and by the time that fat gets cooking down, the water's burned off, and it's already got the grease. And all you want to do is get that fat crispy. When it's crispy, take out the crispy fat and put in fresh fat, and it'll still keep cooking it down. By the time you're done, you're gonna have a pot full of beef lard right there. That's once you strain it through a cheesecloth, it's gonna come out clear white when it cools off.
And you're gonna have cracklings to eat.
Oh yeah, you'll have plenty of cracklings. Piggy love eating his own self.
I love cracklings, but they don't like me. But that's okay, guys. That's what pickle juice is for.
Piggy will eat all his own cracklings.
If you make them homemade, they might not affect you that way.
You see, you control what you put in that beef lard.
Yeah.
You control what flavors you put in there, but I would not put no Piggy's rum in there where you got to deep fry because it'll burn off.
Yeah, I'm not going to put any. If I do beef lard or pork lard or whatever, it's strictly going to be the fat. It's not going to be any flavoring to it because I use lard in my biscuits. I do not use shortening or anything like that. I use pure butter and I use pure lard in my cooking. And I do use vegetable oil when I'm cooking on the stovetop and stuff like that. But if I'm making biscuits or even like baking cookies where it calls for shortening, I use lard.
And it said lard just dried and then put it in the pot full of water. And then after it just cooked for about 6 to 8 hours, cheesecloth, and the rest can go for soak then.
Mm-hmm.
I found out when I do my pork, I do it the same way, but I get a bigger pot and I put maybe 1/8 of a cup of water in it, and just dump half of my pork in there and let it start frying up. And I keep a wooden spoon and just keep stirring it so it don't stick to the bottom.
Right.
Once you get it crispy, take out the crispy ones and put in the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, if you run it through cheesecloth a couple times, it'll come out clear.
Miss Linda said, making pie crust. Yeah, lard and pie crust is a must. Biscuits and pie crust. Most
I tell you what, I've made pie crust with beef lard and pork lard just to see if you can taste the difference. You can't tell the taste.
I say probably not. Because lard is lard. Yeah.
I'm staying away from lard. I'm not lard, but pie crust because I'm kind of running out of pant sizes to buy at Walmart.
I understand. I had to start finding somewhere else to buy my clothes when I got up there because I couldn't find anything at Walmart to fit me. But
I've cut back on sweets a lot.
You know, we had until I'm making the cookies for a video I've got coming out. It's called Cookies and Candy Platter.
Right.
And then I've got one that I'm doing called Party Foods Platter, and then I'm doing a charcuterie board. So this whole month, I may not even be doing What's Up Wednesdays. It just depends on how many videos I actually put out this month. But those are my 3 main videos besides the signature dish that came out. And I'm going to be doing 6 different cookies and 3 candies on the cooking candy board. I'm doing on Party Foods, I think I've got like 9 or 10 different foods that I'm putting on the board for that. And same for the charcuterie board. I've got probably about 9 or 10 different things I'm putting on the charcuterie board. So Piggy and I are going to be eating a lot of finger foods this month.
But it'll be spread out over some time.
Yeah. So
yeah, I kind of Piggy eating finger food stretched out, and I see him just.
Gray Wolf, no, he did not, but he actually did find the board for me at Aldi. He actually found me 3 different boards. I've got the large cutting board that he found at Aldi. Then I've got the party tray that's got the center well, and then
Lazy Susan style.
No, this is the other one.
Oh yeah, okay.
The other one that I'm putting my cheese ball and crackers on, and then the other one is the Lazy Susan that he found me. So I've got 3 different boards that I can use, but he found them all at Aldi.
I'm trying to find me another really large bamboo cutting board.
That's what the one I saw that you have is very similar to the one that we got, and we found ours at Aldi for what was like $10.
Yep.
That one is too small for what I need. That brisket barely fit on that cutting board.
I noticed that.
The cutting board I normally use broke, and it's almost like a 32 by 32.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for the meats. But now I got this one here that I use for ribs. I'm like, this ain't gonna work.
I would suggest going to Lowe's and finding a. It may cost a little, but get a very good 32 by 32 piece of wood, because they do have them that's already pre-cut. You can choose what you want, whether hickory or they might have bamboo. I don't know, but they got hickory, walnut, oak. They've got the plywoods and things like that. And just get some good linseed oil and stuff and mineral oil.
I'm saying about getting a piece of oak that's like 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch thick.
Yeah.
For what I want, because that bamboo one is a good one, but I don't want to ruin it trying to fit a brisket on there and cut it and do what I want for a video, because that's too small.
Yeah.
That's way too small for what I need. But if I do get one, I can always have a piggy on there with a butcher knife going like.
That bamboo is extremely hard.
I know. That's what
you're not going to hurt it too much.
No.
But hardwood like oak or hickory might be better because it's still a hard wood, but it's going to have a little give. So when you chop it down, it's going to allow you to get all the way through.
Yeah.
That bamboo.
If I get oak and hickory, I'm going to still have a piggy engraved on it with a butcher knife ready to drop.
That works.
Works for me.
I'm going to have Piggy's last thoughts.
Piggy's last block party. Piggy's last block party. That's right, Gray Wolf.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, how you doing, bud?
Cat clothes. Journey to the riverbanks. Hello.
Piggy, if I didn't like you so much, I wouldn't be giving you all this grief.
They do, Miss Linda, and I love bamboo flooring myself. I just like bamboo.
I like the bamboo cutting boards because they're really hard. But I have not tried anything else besides that, because they're indestructible.
Yeah.
Until you put them in the dishwasher.
I don't put no. This is my dishwasher right here, and my dishwasher does not put my wood cutting boards in water. He will take and put them off to the side and wash them off, and then dry them off. They do not go in water.
Yeah.
Well, somehow my big one ended up in a dishwasher, and it came out.
Well, mass produced like that, they're not going to use the best of glues when putting them together. Yeah, so a dishwasher will tear them apart. But it's still not a good idea to put them in a dishwasher.
No.
So
I've seen bamboo cutting boards that were glued and they had the dowel rods going all the way through them.
Yeah.
That one I liked. I just can't find it anymore. What? Where the heck that thing go?
Somebody else liked it. He grew legs.
He grew legs and walked away.
Nope.
No, my cast irons don't go near my cast irons, my Dutch ovens, my cast iron griddles don't touch a dishwasher. No, that's a sin.
Let's let us have a pint.
My grandpa made for me since 1970. It has been washed a lot.
I bet.
Yeah. Washing them okay, just don't soak them.
Yeah, just don't soak them things.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to swell up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be looking like Bigfoot after eating about 30 or 40 piggies after a while.
Well, treated right, after a while, after so many years and decades, wood like that will become petrified and you won't be able to hurt it at all.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about hickory. Once you cut it and you get it seasoned, not heat seasoned, but sun seasoned,
right,
it becomes like granite. There's no axe, no saw, no chain that's going to cut it. You get a good hickory that's seasoned really good, it's going to become like granite. It won't. You can beat the hell out of it, and it ain't going to break.
Right. That's because it becomes petrified.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm.
Miss Linda said her cutting board's over an inch and a half thick.
I'm saying hickory, it takes less than, after you get it cut down and it's set in the sun with a bark on it or bark off of it in the sun, it takes less than a year for it to become petrified.
Yeah. But now you talking about having one big enough. I was thinking of maybe one of those rolling islands with a butcher block on top of it. Might be something you need to look into.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Then I could really have fun with Piggy.
You can take me for a ride, couldn't you?
I'll take you. Hey, I put it right out there next to the smoker and just go chop, 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 chop.
Oh my.
But yeah, that would be something you might want to look into. That way you could get something big enough for what you need to do, and then you could roll it around wherever you need it to go.
That would be a video.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Check
these down.
Hey, Tim. Have Piggy on the cutting board with me with his big butcher knife. Whack, whack, whack.
Yeah, you could dress up like that pig you showed me in that video.
Linda said, see if it squeals, Abby.
Oh, hey, Arlene, if I had that knife that I had showed Piggy, I'd just be what I'd be using on him.
Oh.
One swing. As he's running through the woods looking for me, he'd come around the tree and all of a sudden he'd see that knife go. That's fun.
Oh my.
Let him go running through the woods. All of a sudden he comes around the wrong tree and all of a sudden that. Whoa.
All I can say is aim low, Abbott, aim low.
Oh, trust me. I can aim low. Just need to clear it on the side. And if there's a bush there, I take out the bush too.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, hey, like I said, all my cutting utensils are super sharp. Even my machetes.
Well, I appreciate that because I'd much rather be cut with something sharp than something dull.
Most definitely.
Hey, I can hit you with a dull one. It
No,
gives you a hey, I'll slap your fat side with a dull one and hit you with a sharp one when you stand your head up. Yeah, see you hiding underneath that bush, take that dull one and say, whack, pop his head up.
oh,
Oh,
Man,
heavy dog.
hey Jim, how you doing, bud?
Mr. 1-800 Rent-A-Fish.
Yep,
Uh-huh. I
I
can't
like
wait to see.
those.
Now, if you ever do a cooking commercial, I'd have to have him do one on Piggy. Bacon, 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 bacon. Like
I'm
Tim said.
saying, excuse me just a second.
If anybody could come up with a good one, he would.
Oh, he's really good at it.
Okay.
He's really good at it. How you doing tonight, Tim? I know you're just waking up. Me and him getting the habit of sleeping all day and waking up overnight. But yeah, your pork butt came off, bone came out, took the ribs off, wrapped them in foil, let them set for about an hour to where they got down to 140. Sliced into the ribs and started taking the bone out of the pork butt. Started eating on both of them, and they just disappeared within 20 minutes.
Bacon, bacon, bacon. Yes, bacon, bacon, bacon. That's one of the best things God ever invented.
That's why God created piggies.
Yes, for bacon. Gotta have
bacon.
bacon.
Hey, you got a piggy right there.
Yeah, but I love my piggy, so I don't want nothing to happen to it. But I do have a piece of pork belly in the freezer that I might take out and thaw out and cut up and put in the oven and just let it slow bake in the oven.
Hey,
Put some barbecue sauce on it.
Do it on that grill, like I told you. Ooh, that will come out perfect.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere that sells pellets, and they'll have tubes that you can put them in.
Yeah.
Put pellets in that you can cold smoke the pork belly.
Yeah.
You can cut them tubes and fill them up with a. Uh-oh. I gotta post this one. Newsflash. Piggy shakes John Parker's hand and cat con and declares it's hot in this little room. I'm cooking here.
Oh man.
I leave that up for Piggy.
Yeah, he'll be back in just a second. He's getting some water.
Yeah, but you get those little tubes about maybe 18, 20 inches long, fill them with pellets. Light one in, stick it in there, and just set on top of the grate with your pork belly.
Yeah.
And just let it smoke. And when it's done smoking, your pork belly will have a good smoke coat on it.
Oh, that sounds good.
You seen that smoke ring on that brisket today, didn't you?
Yes, and it looked good.
That was a perfect smoke ring.
He'll be back in a minute. He put the ice in the freezer over there.
That's a perfect smoke ring, I tell you.
It was. It looked good.
And that's just straight apple oak pellet.
Yeah. Tim, did you?
a quick.
You might
Jim did me a what?
He did you a video or a
a
news
commercial
flash.
ad. Oh,
Thank you, Gray Wolf. Gray Wolf has one of those tubes I'm talking about. He'll show you what it looks like on Facebook.
okay.
What's that?
It's a slow smoker tube. It's has a hole in one end where you put pellets in it, and on the sides it has little tiny pinholes through it, to where when you light up the pellets, it smokes and lets the smoke out through the tube to where it can cold smoke any meats like bacon, belly fats, or whatever you want, or cheeses you want to have a smoke flavor to it.
Yeah, you just lay it on the grill with the meat. You don't have to have your coals, and this is cold smokes.
No, you don't use coals. You just use that tube if you want to do a cold smoke.
Okay.
Like if you have,
I'll
if you
explain to you later.
like if you want to have cheese, smoked cheese, or smoked Parmesan or whatever,
It infuses it with the smoke flavor.
cheeses, it'll infuse it, whatever you want with smoke. It'll infuse it with it without the heat.
Yeah.
You get the smoke without melting the cheeses or the meats that you want to infuse the smoke on.
Okay.
Yeah, you said
It's-
Parmesan, and Piggy's eyes glazed over.
Yeah.
He loves the Parmesan.
I know. That's why I said Parmesan.
Mhm.
Just to let him know I've been paying attention.
I honestly believe before we got together that the only Parmesan he'd ever seen was in the green box.
The only Parmesan I'd ever known was that stuff you get in a pizza joint. It
That's
ain't
stuff
got no flavor to it.
That's the stuff that comes out of the green box.
Piggy, the only Parmesan I know comes in a 50-pound roll.
Yeah, the big stuff, the good stuff. Oh my God, what a flavor stuff!
Yeah, but
And,
it has this red coating on top of it. Has a red coating all around it. That's Parmesan.
And she got some for a recipe for a dish once. And I thought, well, what's that? She goes, that's Parmesan. Really? Okay. Well, you got to make the dish and everything. I got a taste of that stuff, and I was like, where this been all my life?
Where we couldn't afford it, that's for sure.
Now, if you have an Academy Sports around you anywhere, you might
Yeah.
be able to find. Should be able to find one of them smoke tubes there. They do.
Okay.
They do have a lot of smoking stuff like that for you there.
Lowe's probably has it. We look at it.
Look at Lowe's, Academy Sports.
Lowe's might have it, Home Depot might have it, and the Academy Sports might have it. Don't count on Walmart.
I don't
We
shop at
don't do
Walmart.
Walmart.
Yeah, I don't count on Walmart for nothing.
I only go to Walmart to get my oak for the wood
Yeah.
for my wood burner. But my wood burner may be going to find a new home now.
Oh,
Since I got my Traeger.
Yeah.
See what that does? And that smoke ring you put on that brisket?
oh yeah, that was nice.
Oh, that is a perfect smoke ring.
That's called stepping up to a whole new level.
Yeah, but that wood burner done me a lot of good smokes in the past. But
Not saying that it didn't. I'm just saying stepping up to a new level.
uh-huh.
You got a whole new level to explore.
Yeah, my family loves brisket. I just told them we'll have to cook 4 more briskets for Christmas dinner.
Oh wow.
No problem.
I gotta watch that video. That's gonna be torture because I saw how she was looking while she was watching it. So I know it's gonna be something else.
She seen how that brisket just like was so good it just started falling apart.
Yeah.
Catfish Dog said, Traeger, that's code word for hole in backyard.
Oh man,
Trust
that's
me,
something I would love to try. I would love to try a whole pig that has been cooked underground.
Wait a minute now.
I didn't say a piggy. I said a whole pig.
Yeah, Eileen, I'll show you the picture of what I'm talking about.
Hey, River Rat, welcome in.
Hey, River Rat.
He's having bad weather. Just wanted to say hello. Howdy, River Rat. You stay safe out there with that weather.
Most definitely.
There you go, Eileen.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I seen those, but didn't know what they were.
They're smoke tubes that you just fill them with pellets.
I think they got those at Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
They're cold smoke tubes that you just fill with pellets and light them up on one end.
Yeah.
And when it's done, it'll burn all the way through, and it'll infuse whatever you want that's cold with smoke. It'll give you a good smoke ring on it.
Yeah, we've seen these at Tractor Supply. Yeah.
They're not very big. You don't need a real big one, no.
Right. No, I need a small one for mine because it's a small grill.
Even if you have a large grill, you don't need the big one. And like Grey Wolf, she smokes cheeses. I smoke cheeses. I smoke. If you want to have a veggies that you want to smoke and want to keep them cold, that's a perfect way to do it.
That'd be good.
That's a perfect way to do it.
Yeah, smoked asparagus, smoked broccoli, cauliflower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, trust me. Hey, there's countless things you can do with one of them smoke tubes.
Oh yeah.
Do not do it in the house. Do not do it in the house.
No.
You got her brain working.
Yeah. No, that would definitely be an outdoor thing for sure.
If you ever did it in the house and lit it and forgot it, you would never see anywhere you're walking. You'd run into everything.
Yeah.
It puts off that kind of smoke that quick.
Oh man, Grey Wolf, that sounds good. He smoked cheese and made mac and cheese, then smoked that.
Oh wow.
Oh, that sounds good, Catfish Dog.
Smoke you can boil eggs, you peel them and put them on that smoker with that, and it'll still stay cold and induce flavor. Hi, Maurice. Good night.
You have a good evening, Maurice.
Maurice, I did not get your text yet. But I'll tell you what, that cold smoking tube,
it
saves you a lot of time on smoking something cold. It won't melt your cheeses. It'll keep your cheeses at the temperature that they're in there with. And you know those little baking sheets at your cooling racks?
Yeah.
Put your cheeses on that, put it on the smoker, then put that tube in there with it, and let smoke get all the way around it.
Oh, wow.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, you use a cookie rack when you do your smoking, it lifts that cheese just enough off of that grill where you get saturated smoke all over.
I've got a mesh. Well, it's not mesh, but it's like it came out of my air fryer, which mine is different from yours. Mine was like the oven air fryer where it had the oven option or whatever. So it had the air fryer basket thing with it that would be perfect for that because it's mesh all the way around. And I could just set stuff in it and it would fit on my grill perfectly.
Oh yeah. As long as you don't exceed the heat to where it's going to melt something, you'll be fine.
Well, this is a solid metal mesh.
I know. I'm saying you just remember when you're going to smoke it.
Yeah.
Don't add no charcoal to it. Just use that tube.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely. If I'm going to smoke something like that, it would definitely just be the cold smoke. It would be without the charcoal.
That little thing right there, that little tube right there will show you. It will. You can even put a pot in there with your piggy's backbite in there.
Yeah.
and it'll add some smoke flavor to
Ooh, that would be good.
it.
Oh, I could probably put a bowl of paprika in there and just make some smoked paprika too.
Hey, there's endless results of what you can do with it. Smoked paprika, smoked garlic, smoked black pepper, smoked
Yeah.
onion powder. There's all
That,
kinds of things you can do with that cold smoke.
oh wow. Most definitely.
There's endless opportunities with that cold smoke that you can do.
I like to rub. Do good on everything.
Mhm.
If you can think it, that's edible. You can probably do it with a cold smoker to add flavor to it.
Girl said he made smoked blue cheese with it. I bet that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you guys like Gouda cheese.
I love Gouda.
Try it smoked with that cold smoker.
Smoked Gouda. Yeah. I was just thinking about that earlier when you was talking about cheeses. I thought that would probably be good to do smoked Gouda.
Hey, smoked cheddars, pepper jack, whatever kind of cheese you want to smoke,
Yeah.
cold smoke. Pork belly, cold smoke.
Oh yeah. That would be amazing.
Like Grandma says, if you think it, you can smoke it. Like a
Oh.
piggy's butt.
Mine would probably be along the lines of beef or ham or things like that. I like pork butt, but I'm more along the lines of a ham person. I love ham. And smoked ham
No.
is good.
What I like doing is I like going and get me a raw ham.
Yeah.
Uncooked raw ham.
Those are the best. The best.
It's like Christmas for Avid. He going, man, he's having visions of piggy butt floating through his head.
No, I always want to do that. Hey, I do that just to make you sit on your bones and twitch every time I say that. You get uncomfortable when I say I'm putting your butt on a hot grill. We've been live that long? Wow.
It's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah.
We were just talking, having fun.
Yeah.
What it's all about.
Most definitely. But yeah.
Piggy, whatever gave you the idea to make those pot holders?
Something to do, keep my hands busy. Because of the nerve damage, it's just something that kind of like therapy to keep my fingers and stuff moving.
No, you said you make them with I forgot how you worded it, but you did it with three strands.
3 strands of yarn.
I do 2 and 3 strand versions of that. Instead of just using 1 strand to make a pot holder, I'll take and put 2 to 3 strands together and do that. It's just a simple chain stitch, but it makes them nice and thick. You don't feel the heat through them.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I know that. I use them, and I still try to figure out how you do a 3-stitch pot holder.
You just get the 3 strands together, and then you hold them in your fingers, and you just crochet it like you would 1 strand.
Yeah. It's the exact same concept as regular crocheting with 1 strand, but you've got 3 strands of yarn that you use. Yeah.
You're welcome, Linda. Hey, have a good night.
Good night, Miss Linda. We love you.
Good night, Miss Linda.
We'll be in the show in a few minutes. No. You guys don't do the aprons anymore?
No, I only had a certain number. I only had 15. I had 10 white ones and 5 black ones. And I had I was originally going to sell all of them, but then I had my giveaways, so I gave some of them away in the giveaways.
And Pooch pretty much donated those.
Yeah,
He made them and donated them.
he made them and donated them, and but yeah, as far as those, I don't have any more other than my black one and my white one. I think you actually got the last one. I think it was the black one, and you got it. So yeah, I don't have any now. I could probably talk to Pooch and see if he could make some more if somebody wanted some.
Y'all could probably just contact Pooch at Full Blown Country, and you wanted one. He's probably still got the templates, and y'all could talk turkey on it and see what comes up.
Even if he doesn't have them, I've got the templates on my computer.
I'm pretty sure he does because he tweaked them.
Yeah, he tweaked them.
Made them look better.
And yeah, it's something like I said. If somebody wants one, they could probably contact him. I don't know if he would make them without my permission or not, because it is my channel name. But if anybody wants one, they can let me know, and I can ask Pooch about making them. That's not a problem. I just don't know when he would be able to get to it for the simple fact that he is so busy.
Right.
That would be the better bet, is have them to contact you over the aprons instead of them going to Full Blown Country, so that way they can let you know and you can let him know it's okay to make them.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was thinking. If anybody wants one, they can contact me, and that way I can contact Pooch. Or, if he can't do it, then I might could see if I can get them made somewhere else.
Right.
But I know there's possibly one other place I could get them made, but I'm not sure how much they would cost, because when I first checked into it, they were expensive, and probably more so now. But
yeah, but I'm very certain Pooch would do it.
See,
when he made those and donated them, that was kind of a promotional thing for him.
Yeah.
To show his versatility.
Yeah, because all he had done before that was caps and shirts. He had not done aprons or things like that. So.
Well, he done good with them.
He did really well. Now, see, the white one that's got like the pink and pink and yellow in the flowers, he actually did that because all I sent him was the outline, and he added the color to it, and I love the way it turned out.
Yeah.
And
some reason, every time I go to grab the apron, enjoys the white one first. I haven't touched the black one.
Well, that's me. I tend to always grab the black one when I'm baking and messing with flour, and I'll grab the white one when I'm doing everything else. And I don't know why, when it should be the other way around.
The white one gets everything.
Yeah.
From flour, egg white, you name it, it gets it all. The black one hasn't even been touched yet.
Yeah. I know my white one, like I said, it's got spots all over it, but it works. That's what they're for. And I just love the fact that they get used. I really do. And just like with the cookbooks and stuff, I just hope people enjoy them. And I do have another cookbook coming out as soon as I can get it finished. I've been trying to get everything else done this year, but I've got my Just Desserts cookbook that I'm working on. And it will have nothing but desserts in it. So it's called Just Desserts, and hope to have it.
I haven't even had time to write a cookbook. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Evan would make do a great cookbook.
I know he's got some great ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check the ice machine.
All right, Pig's gonna check the ice machine, everybody. And I will. Whoops! I lost my screen, y'all. I don't know who I'm talking to. There we go. I'm back. Mr. Graywolf's still there. Miss Linda left us. Maurice left us. So, what plans did everybody have this week besides Graywolf getting over the flu? And I'm sorry, I keep looking off, y'all. I'm trying to read comments, make sure I don't miss anything that comes up in comments. Now it's a cooking show. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I tell everybody, anywhere I go, it don't matter whose live I'm in, as a commenter or on panel or whatever, it turns into a cooking show.
It invariably turns into a cooking show.
Yeah.
Everybody starts talking about food and recipes and everything. They're like,
Okay,
how do
what
we
is
get out
the
of this?
Huh?
This been a cooking show from the start.
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm all about the cooking. I love cooking. It's weird because I've been I started cooking when I was 5 years old. Fried a piece of bologna when I was 5 years old, and I've loved it. Loved cooking ever since. Well, if anybody is interested in doing a cookbook, self-promotional cookbook, I can tell you where I do mine. It is called Create My Cookbook. And even if you don't want one of my cookbooks, you can go to the description in one of my videos where I have my cookbook listed. It will take you to that website, and at the top of the screen, you can click on other things and take it to where if you want to make a cookbook, you can set up your own account. But yeah, it's a free site. You don't have to pay anything to make the cookbook. All you have to do is pay for the finished product, and you have the option of buying them in bulk and selling them at your own price, or you can do on demand, which is made to order. And
Catfish dog, Bigfoot goes missing. It's because he's out hunting Piggy.
pretty much,
Now, do you guys like acorn squashes and spaghetti squash and stuff like that?
I'm not big on them. I've had spaghetti squash. I don't think Piggy's ever had it.
I tell you what, there's a way that I cook mine.
I will do that, Grable.
You split them in half. You take out the seeds and the membrane, and this is going to take your grill with your charcoal in it.
Right.
After you get them cleaned out, you spray them with avocado or olive oil. Put a little piggy's rub on it. Put them on the grill. Let them cook on both sides.
Oh.
And when it comes out, man, that's gonna be the best eating squash you'll ever have.
That sounds good.
It does.
We're gonna have to try that.
A grilled squash, an acorn squash, and spaghetti squash, or the hard squashes with a hard exterior.
Yeah.
We're doing that. But in that squash, you can do that too on the smoker. Just use olive oil or avocado oil on it, and do a light coating of piggy's rub. Put them on the grill with a seasoning side up first. Let them cook up on that side for a while. Then after a while, just flip it over. And when the hard side is soft, take it off. It's done.
I saw where Grayla said he loves butternut squash. I actually have a recipe for an apple butternut squash casserole. And I've made it one time.
If you do the apple butternut squash recipe with a real squash on the grill,
I bet it would be good.
Yeah.
It'd be really good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is you cut the apples and the butternut squash into slices, and you kind of layer them or stack them something like that.
But if you use the shell of the squash for the dish, that'd be great.
Oh yeah. Kind of like a Hasselback squash, and just slice the squash and put the apple slices in it, and then bake it and season it. Oh yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
And just put it on the grill and let it cook.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go to flip it, just put a foil around the top of it and flip it over to where the hard side can cook. And then put the meat side down to where you can get the heat on that. But I tell you what, it's going to come out good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like butternut squash. I think it's good. I just don't eat a lot of it. I probably eat more than I do. But
you get a butternut, you get an acorn and spaghetti squash and cook them on the grill.
Yeah.
Man, that's a whole new flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That
hate to do this, Mr. Abbott, but we're gonna have to go. We gotta get up early in the morning and
I was just fixing to end this.
okay. We've enjoyed it.
We're gonna have to get you back up here again, especially when we can roast Piggy some more. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see what this. We got this poll in chat.
Okay.
Well, you know how to talk with her, and y'all can set it up. Might do a monthly thing. Dude,
Piggy is divided between you being smoked and you being deep fried.
Oh my.
They don't know which way they don't know which one they like more.
Smoke piggy, smoke piggy.
well, what I see is 58% said smoked.
Then you have 17 yes, 17 deep fried, and 6% no. So 17 is what, 34?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Oh.
All right, everybody. With that being said, and having Eileen and Piggy up here, please go, if you don't have them, go over to the channels and show them some love and support them. They're great people. And with that being said, tight lines, good night, and be safe out there. God bless you. Jesus loves everyone.
Not everybody.
Night, y'all.